What up, everybody? We're live. We're recorded. We're on.
Yo, we're here live with the Tim Dillon. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me. Great time for the country, and happy to be here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, things are good right now.
Things are good. I'm just full of hope, and I think it's gonna be a good summer. And I hope people just keep their carbs down. You know, get that body in shape. Get that beach body in shape. You know, you want to show it off. Show them what you're doing out there, and
True.
So, we'll see.
Yeah,
what happens.
we're transitioning this podcast from a topical political type podcast to just wellness. It's just about wellness now. So we're not going to address anything going on. It's just about It's mostly about carbs.
Carb cycling and shit.
Yeah, what's great is just read Gary Vaynerchuk's Twitter through all of the riots. It's amazing. He's that motivational dude.
Uh-huh.
Through the riots, he'll be like, darkness. He'll be like, he'll tweet something. It'll be like, after darkness, there's always light. And it's like, thanks, Gary.
Yeah, it is. It is one of these real world situations that kind of fucking eliminate like the Gary V's of the world, where they're just relegated to be like, "Oh, you were selling bullshit this whole time."
Yeah, it's like the hope industry. The hope industry is in trouble this week. Like they got to rebrand because it's a rough. Because there's a big industry of hope. Like there's a big industry of people who are like, you're good and it's good and it's only getting better. And it's like this week, even people that would be susceptible to that message are like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, it's funny. I just did Peloton. I got to tell everybody it's part of it. But yeah, I'm doing old classes, so the guys, they're all like, it's nothing but peace and positivity, baby, and like riding these bikes. It's like, it's all these, and also it's funny in February and March, which is when I'm doing these classes, they still do this thing where it's a studio full of people, and they're like, all right, everybody, show some love to the people around you. So everybody's high-fiving everybody in this like tight, sweaty studio.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That might be where it came from. It might be Peloton.
Yeah, that's where the coronavirus outbreak stemmed from.
Well, it's over now, so we don't have to worry about that. Thank God they got cured.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. The cure was a civil war. Who
yeah.
knew? Race war.
I thought the cure was going to be – yeah. I thought it was going to be November. The cure is now just total civil unrest.
Oh, speaking of Civil War, my mom literally just handed me a very problematic drawing I drew when I was a boy.
What?
It's this. I was a big fan of Gettysburg. This is pretty sick, but that's a problem, dude.
You drew the stars and bars, bro?
I drew the fucking Confederate flag.
Dude, who's holding the Confederate flag?
A swastika?
It looks like a black guy holding a Confederate flag.
No, it's just a swastika running with a Confederate flag, dude. They just killed the white.
Oh,
I love it.
Shit, dude. That guy, is that one dude have a top hat in the one picture?
I used to be a big fan of the Civil War hat. So
oh
yeah.
Is that a top hat? Is that Abe?
I don't know what he's got in his. That's definitely a rifle in his hand. He might have been a sharpshooter, to be honest. I was a big fan of the sharpshooters, but
I love how the Philly school district spent 7 months on the Civil War.
Yeah.
It was the most important war in America and the only one we lost.
Oh man, so what's going on, dude? How's it going?
I got out of LA because I was like, I came out to the desert. I rented a spot for like 4 days, 5 days, because I'm like the type of dude that gets ripped out of his car and beaten and no one cares. No one on either side cares. Like you see me getting my head kicked in and both sides are like, yeah, that makes sense, Like,
yeah,
so I
got that.
I would just get out of Dodge and see what happens.
Yeah. So you're like that one Asian reporter who like they beat the fuck out of him and they started GoFundMe's and nobody paid. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. No one cares. People are watching it at home, eating ice cream, watching with his head caved in and go, yeah, that makes sense, Good.
Yeah, good they got that guy. Now we're even.
They're
going to have to kill a couple.
You bat-eating freak,
Yeah, a couple fat whites, and we're even.
Yeah. But where does it end? Like I was talking to Matt before we started. I'm like, where do people think it end? Like, do people think like the government gets overthrown and then there's just a fat lesbian with green hair who's the president. I mean, what's the end here?
Well, the communist revolution is definitely going to be like very peaceful, and there's going to be no like the means justify the ends when it comes to executing hundreds of thousands of people. So it'll be good.
It'll be a bunch of like
executed. I'm getting executed after you, but you have a higher profile, so they're going to find you easier. But then after 6 months, they'll find me. They'll get to Mullen me.
They're gonna see my retweets. My timeline's just you. You're gonna get fucking gutted.
Yeah, the final scenes is going to be a bunch of like creative writing majors killing their parents. That's the end of this. They're just going to kill their parents and move into their house. And make that's not so bad.
Well, like all these 19-year-olds.
Sorry.
All these 19-year-old socialists are literally putting articles on Twitter now that they're like the moral imperative for burning my mother. Like they're like. Stealing, steal from me. The moral imperative for looting. It's like, I mean, you want to see some of these people get a brick to the head.
Yeah, and it's also, I wonder if it was making me laugh too, thinking about real communist revolutions. Like I wonder if like Lenin and Trotsky were running around with like one of them threw a piss bottle once and then they scurried back to their fucking rich parents' house. Like, why are these people LARPing communist revolution?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, I'm pretty much Che. It's like, no, you're not, dude.
Yeah.
You are
I think it's just it's like a video game, right? They're just living in a video game. They think they're in a movie. They've been sitting in their home for 3 fucking months. There's no job. There's nothing to do. And they're like, fucking, all right, man, here we go. This is our one shot. This is our shot. We didn't get Sanders, but this is our shot. We're going to fire a fucking, we're going to throw a brick through the window of Baskin Robbins on Hollywood Boulevard. And then somehow that will
Baskin Robbins been like my favorite. That protest picture of that lady that was like, open the fucking economy. Her just holding it. First off, the Baskin Robbins was open. She had ice cream in her hand holding the sign. I don't know.
It's fucking wild, man, because like you see white kids looting minority businesses, or you see them like giving the finger to black cops. It's just a weird look.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I don't really blame the 15, 16-year-old black kids for grabbing sneakers because I blame the de Blasio for not figuring out a way to stop it. But like, I kind of get that a little bit more so than like a rich white person or a middle-class white person pretending to be like a black person.
I mean, it's tough though to board. Like, what kind of preemptive measures could they have taken for like which stores to board up and all that? They would have gotten in trouble. They barricaded the Foot Locker prematurely. People like, what the fuck? Oh, that's what you think? Okay, I see how you're doing it.
Foot Locker was number one on the hit list, dude.
Yeah, I love how it's great. Just the racist boarding up a store. They're like KFC's boarded up. The grocery store is still open, but the watermelon has been put in a glass case, bulletproof.
There's snipers on top of the fashion bug.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like there's no like white kids from Vermont are not oppressed in this country, like at all. There's no argument for that. So to run around dressed in all black, throwing shit, it's like, all right, man, but come on, like, what are you doing?
Well, they're fucking like look. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna weigh in on shit, but the Antifa shit, like piggybacking off of into Black Lives Matter and being like, no, you need to this. We are with black people. Also, here's communism and anarchy. It's like, they're literally piggybacking off of black struggle to put out their political ideology they learned at college. It's fucking weird, dude.
They're using their degree. That's pretty cool.
They are actually
finally using it. They're like, oh, people's revolution. Perfect. I see them. I see Antifa, dude. And it's fun. So right now, if you drive around Philly, you'll just see like, and they give themselves away. If they're really like trying to like be like Splinter Cell and like ruin the American economy, you think they just wear like a fucking like flannel or a t-shirt? They stand decked out in black with bandanas on their face and bicycles, and they just like sit there. And they like pick up a phone and like, all right, and they like speed off somewhere. And it's like, you guys are jerking yourself.
Antifa is just people that haven't gotten the Montreal Comedy Festival. Like, that's really what it is. Like, if any of those kids just could do Lights Out with David Spade, they wouldn't be in all black on a bike. Like, these are just the biggest losers in the world. And I get like people are pissed off, they want to burn shit down. But like the guys in comedy that are either furthest to the right or furthest to the left are people that like it didn't work out. And they're like, you know what? Hitler was right. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Like you can't make a living as a clown. So you're like, Stalin or Hitler was right about this whole fucking experiment. If I can't headline Zanies, everybody should die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, fuck, dude.
So getting that letter from Montreal, it's like, congrats, you've been drafted into the gulag, whatever the fuck the Soviet.
Did you see those dudes from Philly with the bats that were walking around?
God, dude, yeah.
It's like all of Shane's uncles just walking around with bats in Philly.
Yeah, it was like the pizza
I
shop
stood with
first
them.
troop. Well, it's also got to be hard to be a dude from like Port Richmond or like some like white poor area, and you see people like just like doing like primal cool stuff of breaking shit, and they're like, I gotta defend my home territory because we're so divorced from like any reality or consequence. It's like now's my time. Now's my time to live my life as a man. It's like, all right, man. You just walked up like
it's too
3
late.
blocks.
Yeah,
it's too late. You're not a man.
There's so many people that got up like 2 days ago, and they're like, it's finally here. Like they've been preparing on 4chan for this for the last 2 years, and it's like graduation. You know, like you wake up, you're like, today's the day, cap and gown. It's like all these people that have been on Reddit and 4chan for the last 4 years are like, this is it. And they just go and they grab a bat and then they're like walking outside. Like
all the 10,000 hours of frog memes. It's all paid off, dude. We did it. We triggered them enough.
Yeah.
What do you think about the guy who smashed AutoZone?
Right?
Sorry,
aren't people done kind of like, isn't it getting a little more relaxed now? People are like, we've looted enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've had their fill.
Yeah.
You think the Foot Lockers are empty?
I think that, I mean they wrote in the articles like specifically which stores got hit, and I was like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So
what?
That reporter that got hit with a bottle and then the camera zooms in and it was a bottle of Hennessy. It's so funny.
What if the government gives reparations but takes off the cost of all the looted sneakers? And because some dude was like, we want $14 trillion. The head of, I forget, was like, what, $14 trillion in reparations? I think the government should be like, all right, minus the cost of all the sneakers and property damage, you're getting about $1,500.
It's like when you get off of a cruise and you see your real bill and you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck?
Oh, this was all inclusive.
Yeah.
What?
What happened?
Yeah.
It's all gay.
What do you think about the AutoZone cop who was like, they say he was a cop, the guy who was smashing glass, and it's just a dude in full, you can't see him at all. He's wearing a full motorcycle helmet, and they're like, spread the word, this is a cop. We know it for sure. And it's just a dude who smashed, but he does smash the AutoZone glass. And they're like, hey man, you're a cop. He does do cop. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And he turns like his whole body moves in one direction.
There's some dudes in the protest that do look like cops. You know?
I would be truly surprised if the cops were inciting the like. I was a little confused when I saw those like brick videos. You know what I mean? Like just pallets of bricks. And then somebody, I hate to give BuzzFeed credit, but a guy from BuzzFeed wrote an article that debunked every single one of those brick videos. And it was like, all right, maybe they're not. Maybe the cops aren't in on it. I don't know.
They can't lose black dudes to conspiracy theories, because that's propping up the Trump campaign. So it's like black dudes love conspiracy theories. So they're probably trying to be like, no, because they're.
Well, I think if you look back historically, like to a lot of those black movements, like the FBI does get involved, right? Like they do infiltrate those black movements. Yeah. So I get the instinct of being like, hey, this could be fucking something where they're like, if you have a peaceful protest, a great way to get people to not give a fuck about it or to turn on it is to just send a few people in there to fucking get shit popping,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously that's true. Like, yeah, the FBI and definitely all that is definitely true. But I don't think they're sending down like one local PD guy to fucking.
No, of course.
They're not sending this. That's because even the cops know that those guys are absolutely inadequate.
Yeah.
Like,
what if it was a cop that just wanted to loot?
Yeah,
what if it was a cop that just wanted to loot, He's like, I wanted to smash shit too,
Yeah, you see a bunch of like square-bodied men rushing to Home Depot, and you're like, hold on a second here. I think this is the fucking this is the PD.
Yeah, a bunch of guys with
What's-
tucked in polos.
Tucked in
I know that's a cop. Tucked in Under Armour polo. Guaranteed
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah.
Cell phone
just
clip.
guys pulling out their shirts to disguise how fat they are.
You see some cell phone clips. That's what they need to be looking for. Like a
True.
thick OtterBox. Thick
Yeah.
OtterBox holster. That guy is a fucking cop, dude. They should OtterBox. They should do the analytics between dudes who have OtterBox holsters and Trump votes. That's got to be his 100% demographic.
100%. Because
True.
they're afraid. They're like, I got to protect my phone, my family, my race.
True. Maybe OtterBox should start like putting out ads to protect the white race. Be like, look, we've protected your cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think we're like, I think it's possible we've just become so propagandized from multiple sources. I mean, it's very possible you would have Russian, Chinese agents who are operatives in America who are like, oh, you're there right now. Go stoke that up. So we could have people. We could have like, it'd be funny if this was all just like a dude from Guam. Like Guam was like, yo, let's go fuck up America. We're like, what the, like, I don't think anyone knows at all what's going on. I think the media sees it. They're like, all right, what are we going to spin? Perfect, boom, and it's just
Yeah.
That's off the orbit.
That's Twitter. It's all like you were like Matt, like you said the last episode we did. It's like these are Twitter videos that they're all allegedly firsthand accounts, and they're all like almost all of them. Both sides are doing it. Almost always debunked. Like I watched one earlier that was like this black dude holding up a dog, like a puppy, and he was holding it up by like its back, its like skin, behind a lady that was a live interview. She was just a reporter. He was like holding it up, and then they were like, "We need to find this piece of shit. That dog was found murdered." So like and then there's a bunch of people like, here's the report on it, and then there's a bunch of people that are like, no, that was that guy's dog. Like he didn't kill it.
Dude, do you know who that guy was? Do you know who that guy was?
Who?
George Floyd.
Yeah, he came back. That footage was from earlier.
George Floyd's not even dead. He's killing dogs right now in the protest.
Yeah, dude, it's all true.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that there was a YouTube, Spud sent it to me, as a Jamaican dude who was like calling this thing the Hall of Bluff, and he was like, look at the footage, it's all big footage, scary, like little fuzzy UFO footage, man. He was claiming that he was like the from behind where they were showing like the guys kneeling down on Floyd, there was nobody there. Then he's like, and look, all of a sudden people are videotaping. It's like, yeah, man, a couple minutes might have passed, and like people.
Yeah, maybe somebody maybe somebody just was walking down the street and saw it.
Yeah.
This country is like this country right now is a dude in a bar who's like 46, whose hair is thinning, he's drunk, he's got a little bit of money left, he's got a house he can't afford, his kids hate him, his wife's fucking a black guy, and he's in this bar and he still thinks he's got it. Like he's still like looking at 23-year-olds being like, what the fuck's up? Hey girls. Like, and there's just chicks in the bar that are like, yeah, man, that's Tommy, he's had her. And then he just gets real hammered at the end of the night. And, he just sits there and he stares into his drink. And then like every now and then he'll like come awake and he'll be like, it's not right. And then he just kind of goes back in. That's the stage we're at. And I'm an expert in Irish drunken tragedy. That's the stage of the country we're at. We're like, it ain't going to get much better,
Yeah. I don't see how, it's like, I'm usually pretty optimistic, but I'm like looking at it in the state of things in terms of like, again, people having their own little media diet that's like, yeah, I'm right. Tell me it's like a little hamster dot. You're like hitting the little thing like, I'm right. And they're all doing it. And I really don't think it is until people just completely can be like, yeah, I'm not watching the news. I'm just, just going to do my thing, watch firsthand footage. Dude, Sydney was talking about, he would sit there and watch the news and then watch Periscope footage of where the news was. Be like, oh, those people mostly peaceful protests. And he'd be watching on Periscope people beating the fuck out of people and all kinds of crazy shit. And it's just kind of like,
right.
Yeah, it's like what they do. It's like what they do during like a flood, where the newscaster's in a boat and then a guy just walks by in ankle deep water right behind him.
Yeah, right.
Like this isn't new.
The whole thing now is like there is no reality, right? I mean, there is clearly an objective reality, but no one has any interest in it. And if you bring it up, you're like attacked. Like if you bring up any fact or reason, people are like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? So everybody, I think it's this weird period like between like technology totally taking over and like it's partially taking over. Because right now, this is all being driven by Twitter, you know, and all these things. It's inflaming us, making us crazy. But I think in maybe 20 years or whatever, we are phones. And then we're just able to regulate ourselves much easier. But like this weird in-between we're in now is kind of like fucking us up.
Yeah, it'll be tight when we start blocking people in real life. We're just like
I thought Bill Gates was going to put a chip in us 2 weeks ago. I am now asking him to put a chip in us.
Yeah, Bill Gates was right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, too. You don't hear about COVID at all. It's done. It's over.
Well, yeah, because if you bring up – if the news is afraid if they bring up COVID, they're going to get called racist. And that's you know, that's worth more to them than the lives that they kept claiming were about to be lost.
Correct.
They're willing to risk not being called racist for 100,000 Nans and Paps. That's what they're doing.
Well, Cuomo just finally – Cuomo came out and was like – he said something about it. I just saw the headline. I didn't read it. But apparently he addressed the link between protesters and COVID. And was like – I don't know if you guys know
Cuomo's sending in the mafia to deal with the protesters. Yeah. He's sending in the mob to enforce social distancing. Yeah.
But yeah, man, all we can do is just get in shape and get hot, dude. That's all we can do.
That's exactly what the podcast is about now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm at the point right now where I've been definitely packing on a ton of weight, and I was up on my roof deck today, and I was like, I'm either going to like really ratchet down the diet or just get a hot tub and just like become fat and just try to like catch it. Just if people see me, I'm in a hot tub, just like up to here in warm water.
The problem when you cross the line of fatness, it's very hard to go back from. Is like when you just start accepting yourself at worse and worse versions, and then you start to appreciate things about yourself that. Like now I get up and I go, look at this hair. Look at this. You know, you literally start saying to yourself, you're like, I still have a toe. Like you start measuring yourself against people that are dead. So that, you know, like literally, dude, I literally go to Facebook pages of people that are dead and I go, they're fucking dead. So that's when you know it's a real problem.
Yeah, man. 100%.
That's
what
I walked outside the Airbnb yesterday. I'm barefoot. I'm in sweatpants. I have a shirt that doesn't fit. I have an onion ring in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And I just walk out and I say to the neighbor, I'm like, any riots? And they're like, not yet. I'm like, all right. And then I just walk back in.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's the new weather. That's the small talk with neighbors now.
Yeah.
You see, these race riots are pretty hot out today, huh? Yeah, race ride. It's going to be a race ride tomorrow. Yeah. All right, good luck. Oh, yeah, pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm wondering if we're going to get like a steady class of now like political insurgents.
Oh, interesting. Like a summer of rolling horror.
Yeah, just like weak M80 bombings. It's like another bombing last night. Nobody died, and an ATM lost $400.
Right.
Yeah. What you want to break the news, Matt?
Yeah.
About what happened behind the studio, dude.
Oh yeah, fucking right where we live, where the studio is. Somebody tried to blow up an ATM. I think it was 2 nights ago. Blow up an ATM and they died. Quarter stick of dynamite. Some dude tried to operate a quarter stick of dynamite and died. That was his life.
He thought he was like Wile E. Coyote.
He bought Acme Dynamite and blew up.
Yeah, he has an anvil he was trying to drop on fucking Donald Trump's head.
Yeah, they said when they came to the scene, they just saw him just like in like all black, just like.
Yeah, they saw his outline against the wall and all black around it. That's no good. That's
Trump. To think that like the ATM is the seat of the bank's power, you know?
Yeah.
Especially like we were like that guy blew himself up for like what, $5,000?
It's right. ATMs carry like
$3,000.
Yeah, something.
Dude, was he? Oh, I thought he was just trying to make a point. He was trying to get the $3,000.
He's trying to come up.
For sure.
He's trying to come up.
Yeah.
I think anybody getting the ATMs is not doing it to make a point. I think they're.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah, you'd be surprised.
I don't even think I never think that the ATMs have even real money in them.
They have like 4 10s in there. They have like 8 10s.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Dude, I used to go to ATMs when I was a cocaine addict, but once I stopped doing cocaine, I've never been to another ATM.
Yeah,
I don't know why anyone would go to an ATM.
Well, there was a I was out last night breaking curfew, whatever. I'm a patriot, and I went to grab. Somebody left their keys at the studio, so I went to go to my brother's house, grab the keys or whatever. And I came outside, and there was just this white lady in like a long, dangly, zip up like sweat jacket, and she was like, "These fucking assholes keep raiding the ATMs, and I can't get fucking cash out," just screaming it in the street. And I was walking by her like, "Are you trying to get fucked up right now?"
Yeah, she
the spot
is.
we were at, I was like, "You can't be sitting here." She's like,
She was a provocateur, dude.
She was working her way up to a slur. It's like, "These fucking knuckleheads, these motherfuckers."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right."
These nincompoops.
I was watching her like, all right. But yeah, I think she was a frustrated cocaine addict trying to grab like $60 out. It was like,
dude, it's all drugs, dude. There's no way you need to go to an ATM at that time of night unless you're getting a gram of happy.
Yeah. That is true.
What a weird time to do cocaine now too. Just to be like sniffing cocaine and staring out the window and be like, "Oh, those tanks in my mind are real."
Yeah, it's
definitely gonna be a real any upper. I mean, dude, think of the people doing meth right now. Just 3 days in a row looking out your blinds.
Yeah.
There's been a helicopter above me for 4 fucking days. Like there's really been one. So yeah, I couldn't imagine.
They must be like that. I can't believe that I'm hallucinating a helicopter for 3 days. I need help.
Oh yeah, this
might get people clean.
True. This is definitely no disco era, dude.
You imagine a guy in the hospital right now he's like telling the doctor, he's like, "Dude, I've been imagining we're in a race war and there's martial law." And that's all legit.
Yeah, who'd have thought every schizophrenic was right?
Yeah.
Every schizophrenic has been right about this. Like the race war is coming. It's coming.
Yeah. My mother's schizophrenic. She's in a mental hospital. And the last time I saw her, she goes, "Just promise me one thing." I swear to God. She goes, "Just promise me one thing." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "If you can, just get me a Make America Great Again hat." I said, "I'll try."
Fuck yeah.
Did you get her one?
I'm trying, but I can't go into the thing now since COVID because, I'm like a human ball of COVID or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't go. You can't visit anyone now.
That'd be a good movie. Like this summer, he's gonna get this boy is gonna get his mama a Make America Great Again hat. And you're just
they would run that.
You're holding it with
She
her
loves
eyes.
Trump, dude. Her sister hates Trump, and her sister's like, "Patty, you're in a mental institution." And my mom's like, "That doesn't mean Trump's not doing what needs to be done."
Yeah, I've been hitting those. I mean, I've been hitting those debates hard, dude. I came home. Phil's got a very toxic regimen right now. My dad of getting hammered and watching riots before bed, which I mean, just drinking, watching riots, and then trying to sleep is his dreams. I also never thought about my dad's dreams, which is kind of funny.
I was just thinking about that.
Like he's probably dreams like a dog where he's just in bed, like. Starts running.
He's flicking his feet. He just sees like some teenager pulling off his white New Balances. He's like, "No, get off me, thug!"
Yeah, he can't punch.
Pulling down his long tube socks, like, "Thugs, leave me alone."
I wonder if cops have that dream where like you can't punch, like they can't choke a black dude to death.
Yeah,
they just can't strangle him. I'm inadequate. Yeah, he's still alive. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah. They're like, oh no,
God damn
my
it.
power.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so I've been arguing with him, and last night I gayed out on Twitter a little, which I'm trying to. It's an issue right now. I can't.
What did you do?
Stop. Well, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it felt corny. Anytime I post something, I get crushed by the left. Whichever way the tweet leans, I get murdered. So this one was I don't want to throw Phil under the bus, but it was on Fox News, and they were talking about how I think the stat was like 9 unarmed black people had been killed or something like that, and 19 unarmed white people had been killed. As if that was like an argument to be like, you don't hear us bitching. And it's like, well, that doesn't undermine the protest. It's like the argument can't be, hey, we're fucking killing everybody. It's not about race.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
we just like killing.
Yeah. It was just a funny argument.
It's just people watching the news. Just
tweeted it, got called gay by a bunch of dudes, and I was like, fuck, dude, this sucks. And then the people that were liking it and retweeting it,
I don't usually read the responses because I usually try to go one for one. I'll go like, fuck the left, fuck the right, fuck the left, fuck the right.
That's what I was trying to do. That's all I was trying to do.
And then I see my retweets. It's like Candace Owens retweets something. And then the next person who retweets something is a violent communist. And then the next time, I mean, it's just you know, we're all over the map.
True.
But that's what we should do. We should be doing that because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying. I'm just not that good at it. I've never been good at fucking Twitter. And all of a sudden I think I was like,
fun.
I was trying to be.
Yeah.
it just came off shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that it's shitty. It's a valid point. It's just it's going into a vortex of like political spazzing where people are just like,
exactly.
What the fuck? I thought you thought this way. And it's like, dude, fucking relax, man.
It's weird to see so many like of our right-leaning listeners be such pussies on the internet when it comes to like if I said one Instagram story some dude didn't like and he's gonna like DM me like you're such a fucking pussy now, and it's like, dude, get a grip, dude. Are you a man?
Somebody said the other day, it's clear that Whitney Cummings is your CIA handler. It's like, all right, well,
yeah.
There you go. You got me. They're like, why aren't you talking about Obamagate? Has Whitney Cummings told you not to mention Obamagate? I'm like, she doesn't know what Obamagate is.
Yeah, yes.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's retarded, man. You just gotta laugh at it all because it's just stupid.
Yeah. I'm
it's exactly the way this is all happening the way it should happen. Got to remember that. Trump's the president. Like, people are, you know, celebrities behind the gates of mansions are tweeting, burn it down. I mean, this is exactly what everyone thought would have happened is now happening. It's the most predictable thing, you know. It's like 3 months of no work. We give everyone $1,200. We shoot a couple of, you know, step on a couple of black guys' heads. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what will happen.
Yeah.
His photo shoot was nice when he went out there, like just himself, and like, yo, where are you guys? Where the fuck? That thing you sent me on Instagram was so fucking funny. Yeah, he's pulled up and was like, yo, where? Oh, okay.
Oh, the Tekashi 6ix9ine video.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a meme of like Trump walking out at night, and it's just a video of Tekashi 6ix9ine, like, it's 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all at? Like talking shit in the streets. He's like, this is my block, motherfucker. It was funny to imagine Trump walking out just like, yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. He just tear gassed everyone out of the way so he could hold a Bible.
Trump grabbed that Bible, and then Nancy Pelosi grabbed the Bible, and then she started reading. I mean, you just go, you're like, who are these people with any hope? like, let me meet them, you know? Like, it's like 2 weeks ago, Pelosi was like, you're fat. And Trump's like, she's an old bird. I'm like, man, this is just a real mess.
What the fuck was she going for with the Bible? Like, normally I can understand their tactics and like how corny it is, but was she trying to be like, I'm a Christian too? Is that what that was?
Yeah. This is a woman who the second night of lockdown during the pandemic, she gave people a tour of her freezer and pointed out 9 different types of gelato, which I would usually be for. But I was like, this is really in bad taste right now, you know?
Yeah.
Any other time, I'm with that type of fucking thing. But you know what? Now that's kind of fucked up. She's like, we don't know which one we're going to eat tonight. We may have a little chocolate.
I would die without chocolate.
Yeah.
Real fucking Nancy Antoinette, you know?
Yeah.
Real fucking stupid there.
Yeah.
But it was, sorry. Matthew,
like,
pardon me?
After we're done with the Talenti cartons, we give them to the nurses that use them as masks. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, man. I think I'm optimistic, and I think it'll be eventually, well, I mean, it's harder and harder, but I think it's getting so ridiculous that people are going to just, like with the current presidential race, it's like, you know, we're under an existential threat with Trump. That's the narrative of like Trump is like bringing us to the brink of destruction. And the DNC is like, you know, the think tank that is behind the DNC and their moves is like, go Joe Biden. And it's like, what the fuck? That's our response. If this job is so important that it could lead us to the brink of like destruction, where does this guy fit in who has like multiple weird sex charges, things, stuttering, can't go on Charlemagne without saying something ridiculous, without putting his foot on his mouth. It's like, how is that a real job if that's the guy who are like, we got him? It's like, I just think more people are going to be like, this stuff's stupid.
Well, the Democrats like don't know how to win. Like Logan Paul said something very like, you know, whatever, progressive the other day, right? He's like, hey, Black Lives Matter, and you got to be like, anti-racist, and it's not enough to just be not racist or whatever. He said he made like a nice thing. And now like it was, everyone liked it for like a day, right? It was a day. And now today they're like, hey, fuck you. What have you done? And it's like, oh, it's never enough. Like it'll never be enough. It's a religion, and you'll never be able to be pure enough to fucking be an ally. So it's like, I think they want to lose, like subconsciously. They don't want to win. You
think they like being subs?
Yeah, they like being subs. They like
love it.
What it's like to just get smacked around a little bit, maybe a little belt around the neck.
Yeah, I mean, it's very yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. It kind of fucks up if your whole identity is built around being a victim. Then, like, once you win the White House, it's like,
what are you gonna do?
It sucks. Yeah, like, oh, what the fuck? This blows. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, it's kind of sucks being in power.
What do you think Trump's gonna do once he's done?
I think he dies like 2 days after.
I think he dies like a dog.
I mean, the reality is, dude, that guy's not going to survive in that rally. The rallies are keeping him alive at this point. Like, rallies are keeping him alive.
Oh, they're having a Trump rally right by my house, June or July 11th. Pretty sick.
Yeah, so whatever he does, he needs to have rallies. He needs to be involved.
What if they could, once you die, we might make it to the point where once you die, the AI gets good enough where they can just have like your body can exist just somehow artificially maintained, where you're just like a walking Westworld bot and you can just continue about whatever your agenda was. That'd be tight.
I mean, I think that would be amazing. Imagine if scientists do that to, like, we want to pioneer a new technology that allows Trump to be the president for the end of all of time. Like Elon Musk is like, if you thought the space launch was impressive, you got to get a load of the new bodysuit that's going to allow Trump to be the ruler forever. Like, he's talking to Rogan. He's like, we're just going to upload Trump's consciousness to a mainframe and give him a body, and he's going to be our leader forever.
Whoa.
That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Some people are thinking this is going to help Trump get reelected. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it probably will, dude. It depends on how bad it is or how long it is, but I think it does kind of, because, like, you just create a binary between, like, law and order and chaos, right? And that's what you don't want to do, because if you do that, you have people that say, hey, I own a car, I rent an apartment or own a house, I have a business or I work at a business and I have kids, and I want cops to be, held accountable. But I also just don't want utter chaos, because this is a protest without any objectives, without any specific demands, that's descending into chaos, looting, and criminality. And then the media is going out and telling you it's not happening. They're the ones, they're going out there and going, yeah, this is a peaceful protest. And we see with our eyes. So again, it pits Trump against the media. Trump wins. And it pits chaos against order. Order is going to win. It just always does.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the way they're going to have to try to spin it is to be like, the chaos is here because of Trump. And the only way that's going to be, it is the Democrats could, that might be the only demand. It's like, well, the demand is we need to vote more Democrats into office, which seems to be what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this was funny. I didn't see what happened. I know AOC said she was going to go down to save the people on the bridge last night. Did anybody know if she
I don't know, but you listen, if you want to go fight the cops, you fight the cops. But you can't be on the bridge going, hey, can you let us off the bridge? It's like, pick a lane,
Are we fighting?
Are you fucking
gonna overthrow the government, or are you not?
Yeah, you can't call timeout. You can't be like, okay, timeout. All right.
You can't be like, excuse me, there's no bottles of water on the bridge.
Yeah, timeout during our revolution.
I ordered Postmates an hour ago, and I can't get it. We're on the bridge, and we're laying. You can't miss us. We're doing. I can't breathe.
I genuinely have been laughing thinking about every communist revolution being that. Just Lenin on a bridge, like surrounded by cops, being like, "Stop hitting us!" And it's like, wait, what? Aren't you trying to
push me? It's like these guys disgrace.
Did you punch me? They just punched me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This movement needs a Stalin. Like, you don't have a Stalin. You need a fucking boss.
True.
It's like a rudderless movement. You need a fucking boss.
Yeah. No, that's true. Well, it's also that Trump, I think, is going to win again, too, because the thing that I haven't seen a lot of stuff on social media, but the message I've been getting is that, like, black people hate Antifa now, and Antifa now is linked to the left. So it's like, I don't think they're going to go vote for Trump, but they're just going to make, man, fuck Biden. I'm not voting for that shit. They're like, man.
I think black people rightly are skeptical of the idea that voting like either one of these parties or either one of these candidates is truly going to make a big difference. I think if you listen to Killer Mike, he's really smart because he's very smart, and he talks about local shit. It's got to be local. You got to vote out like corrupt prosecutors, DAs, all of that shit. The president, it's like, what are we doing? Like, it's really not affecting you as much as like a governor, a congressman, or even like at the very local level, a judge. Yeah. Like a judge, it's just throwing people in jail. Get rid of the fucking judge.
Yeah, I was reading about with the DAs last night, how that was it was a George Soros article, I'm not going to lie, but they were talking about how they were saying he's gone in and, like, while everyone's worried about the president, like you're saying, you just go and just get a bunch of DAs elected. It's cheaper to do, it's easy to do, and that has more of a direct impact on everybody. So that's I never thought about that.
Yeah, I think that's probably better.
Sick move.
I think Instagram is the best in terms of what you can do, like Instagram.
Yeah.
But then second would be to vote out the DAs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love how comedians, we've all carpetbagged our way into politics. We're political commentators now.
Oh, we have to be. Well, honestly, we have literally no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'd love to be talking about cum and, and farts right now.
I know, but it's bullshit. This is fucking. I'm about to go.
I want to just get back to.
Dude, did you see the guy in the protest that started screaming like he's speaking, and then everyone's clapping, Philly. And then he starts saying the N-word?
Yeah,
he's
Philly.
Like, what a fucking wild video. There's some of the funniest things emerging from this.
He ends that speech. He's giving a speech, and people are like, "Oh, hell yeah," because it's like he looks like he's just an old Philly guy, and he's screaming, and then finally he's like, "We are all N-words." And everyone's like, whoa.
He's like, N-words come in every race. I'm like,
yeah. I get what you're going for, bud, but you did it wrong.
I'm sick if you had like a speech
read the room a little bit.
That was his moment. He was like, finally, I can say, I think.
Oh, he must have been adrenaline just 100%. And then he was just like, I'm throwing it out, dude. Here it is. I've been waiting to use it. Everyone's smiling at me and clapping.
Yeah.
N-word. Fuck.
He's a little before his time.
He is.
That was a solution. He's like, if I just say the N-word, it'll bring us all together. Everyone's like,
Yeah, man. Civilization is coming undone.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It just sucks. The reason for it is it's not like if we were like getting like directly like, yanked out of our houses and all this shit. It's just people are watching the news and being like, wah, and they go out and like, yeah, let's go. It's not like really, again, if you go like statistics, people who are like, I watch the news to stay informed. It's like, there's none of it's based on like, it's almost always contradicting like statistical information and like the actual data. It's just spun and thrown out. People are like, I'm trying to stay informed. It's like, no, you're actually misleading yourself by watching that.
Yeah, you're trying to stay informed. And by stay informed, you mean win a Facebook argument.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
That's what everyone's doing. They're trying to be the one who wins the Facebook argument.
Yep.
Shout out to my Aunt Kathleen. Shout out to my Aunt Kathleen, who literally posted a recipe, and then 4 days later, just to quote, put these animals down on the old Facebook. Just a recipe, and then put the animals down 4 days later. So it's like, all right. It's like her last post was literally like a pineapple summer upside down cake. And then she's like, the next quote, she's like, put these goddamn animals down. De Blasio resigned.
It's funny.
Someone commented, they were like, how do I get the pineapples to be soft but not too soft?
It's great to see like how like people sit around today and are like, how could the Nazis do that? How could the German people do this? It's like that's what it is. The same people that are posting like, oh, here's a nice cake. And then when shit pops off, they're like, oh, kill them. Execute all them. It's like, that's in almost every person.
Yeah.
That's
they just hate noise. Like my aunt just hates loud noise.
Dude.
Just who's ever making noise, run him over with a tank. I'm tired. I've been baking all day.
Yeah, they're like dogs. They're dogs in a house. You just hear noise outside. Like, kill it. Kill that. I was laying. I was laying. Everything was fine. I had a pineapple recipe going, and these goddamn animals.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. Yeah,
the Facebook arguments are just.
Oh.
That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Phil last night got the 19 unarmed white people executed. That's in his back pocket all day.
Wait, what is that one? What is 19 unarmed white people?
That's I think the cops have killed more. You know, they've killed more unarmed white people.
Yeah.
Well, it's also that's a statistical thing, because it's like if you look at the thing from the left, they'll be like between the years 2003 and 2020, they've killed, and they'll do the time window. Fox would be like between these 3 months, actually, they killed more white people.
Yeah.
So they'll send you a little fact and be like, no, this is reality. Like, well,
dude, at least Phil has a fact.
True.
My Aunt Kathleen will literally respond to people on her timeline, or you go deep in the thread, a few comments. She's like, "How about you go ask Jesus Christ why? How about that?" That's her response. She's like, "God has chosen Donald Trump for this moment." And somebody will go, "Why do you think that is?" She goes, "Ask Jesus Christ."
Hell yeah, dude.
I've been trying to dig up the my brother-in-law back when Black Lives Matter just started. He made a meme. He's an Arab Christian. He's from Egypt. He's like a Coptic Christian, and he loves Jesus. He's got a Jesus tattoo. He's got a cross tattoo, but he's not.
Nobody hates blacks more than Arabs, by the way.
Yeah, maybe, no, chill. He's got black kids now. Chill.
Okay.
But he he's normal. He's totally American now. But he right when Black Lives Matter popped off, he thought he was making like kind of a nice meme. And it was just like a cartoon of Jesus being crucified, and it said "All lives matter." It makes zero sense. But I've been trying to find it and dig it up right now and just be like, dude, this you, bro?
Yeah. I was at a gas station yesterday, and an Arab guy comes out. He goes, "My friend, here's the solution. You put them down, okay? It is the solution. Like, Trump sending the military, little blood." People go back to their house, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, a lot of Arab immigrants are from countries where you definitely never side with the minority, and you always kind of come up to the guys in power. Yeah. Like, because otherwise they get executed.
Kill my whole family, but he's not faggot, he's not pussy. Yes, maybe he put my son in camp, but you know what I mean? It's like
my son worked hard in camp.
Yeah.
Good work in camp. My son come back strong. He learned discipline. Now he's strong. Thank you, camp.
That's the thing. It's like, white people suck. White people are racist. But it's like, also talk to any other race. Like, everyone hates everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. That's something nobody – well, that's the explain away from that is like, well, sure, people can be prejudiced, but they can't be racist because they don't have the power. It's like, all right, dude, whatever. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Don't we owe China $15 trillion?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can Asians? Yeah.
What?
But nothing. It's just the power. It's very funny. It's very funny. This dude. I told this before. When the Orlando shooting happened, I was working at a tire shop in Philly. I was working in a car garage, and the guy that sat next to me was this Lebanese dude, full fucking like very, very Muslim dude. And he was talking about the Orlando shooting, and he was like, on one hand, you never want to kill people, but on the other, they were gay. I was like, damn, dude, you got to keep that to yourself, bro. You can't say that.
Well, that's good. I used to go to this Chinese restaurant, and it was called New Green Bow or whatever, Bayard Street in Chinatown. And like, as soon as a black lady walked in, the Chinese people go over to her and go, "To go? You want to go?" Like, they would not even entertain the idea that she wanted to. And then, like, as soon as she started ordering, they would go, "You have money?" You have money? And she would be like,
fuck.
taking out the card. It was fucking horrible, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah, but dude, I've been up on like Lancaster Ave up in West Philly, and you'll see like a black dude go in and be like, "Yeah, let me get a salmon bagel. Like, can you understand me, Osama? Can you fucking understand?" And they start railing the dude in Dunkin' Donuts, and it's just like everybody does it. And that's I would explain that to people, and they're like,
and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but it's also these are just like 24-year-old white chicks who've never interacted with anyone outside of like the upper middle class white people. So they're like, they've never seen a black person outside of like TV. So they're like, nuh-uh. I saw Orange is the New Black. They're like super like noble and stuff.
Yeah, on Blackish, they would never talk like dude. Exactly. At the 7-Eleven by our old house was literally, dude. You go in there, it's black ladies fighting against like actually Ethiopian. Like a lot of light-skinned Ethiopian dudes just getting motherfucked by these people. For the lotto tickets, the scratch-offs, not understanding which one.
Yeah.
I just got to stand there. They both would look at me. I remember they would literally both, different times, like look over at me like, these motherfuckers, am I right? I'm like, yo, I'm not. I'm out.
Yeah,
Fun
dude.
stuff.
Yeah, man, I just, fuck. I don't know. I forget what I was going to say, but that's.
We need a 9/11. We need just another 9/11.
Cops need a 9/11 so badly right now.
So badly right now.
Oh.
So bad.
People forgot, dude. We promised we never would, and obviously people forgot.
Yeah. This is probably why they like the ISIS probably is fake, but they're making ISIS up so they can extract oil. They're probably making ISIS up so we don't kill each other. We need to be constantly like, we gotta fuck ISIS up, dude. Otherwise we start killing each other. I'm like, you motherfucker.
You start tearing our own insides out.
Well, it's fun.
Good time. I'm optimistic that things will settle down.
Yeah.
Where are we at time-wise, Matt?
About an hour.
About an hour? Nice. Yeah. Tim, you got anything to say? You got any plugs?
Tim Dillon Show is on YouTube and all that shit on Patreon. I guess I'll be back on the road eventually. I don't know. I mean, it's like, I guess I'll do stand-up eventually again, too. I don't know when that's happening, but maybe July or something. I don't know. Hopefully. We'll see. Like my agent called me while like this was happening. They're like, we have a really exciting project to bring to you. I'm like, the earth is burning, like, let's give it a few days. But yeah, that's it. And you guys rock. Thanks for having me. Hopefully we can all see each other eventually in real life, when like, sure. New York is livable. When is that going to be, by the way, Dude, New York is fucked.
Yeah, New York's very, very fucked. That'll be like the fall.
Yeah, dude.
It'll be the whole summer.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think cities are heading for a bad multi-year period of like high crime and like bad economy. I mean, there's no reason it wouldn't happen,
Yeah, they're overpopulated. Every city is it's ridiculous. Every city, like getting in and out of the city, you're just furious the whole fucking time. LA's a
mess. There's homelessness is huge. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun couple of months.
Mechanicsburg rocks. That's where I'm at now. Mechanicsburg rocks right now.
We're all going to find our Mechanicsburg and probably stay there. I'm in the desert, and there's vultures, and it's like 110 degrees, but it's like it's nice if you don't leave the home.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what I mean? Like, I got a pool and shit, so you go in the pool, but the minute you get out of the pool, you're just hot again. You're like, I just got to go in the house,
Feels good, though. I like that. Get the pool with that heat is so fucking nice.
No, dude, I'll show you the fucking, I mean, it's kind of.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can even flip this. Can I flip it? I don't know. Here, I'll show you. It's a sick fucking thing.
Damn,
that's awesome.
Bro.
Yeah. So.
You got a hot tub? Dude, you're going to be hitting that hot tub. Matt, you called
hot tub, pool.
Dude, that's what it is, man. Stuff to hear.
Everything's okay. We just, I'm doing a lot of water activism out here. Water-based activism.
I saw that video from the pool. You smoking a cigarette in a pool, telling people.
Yeah, I mean, we're all processing this the way we need to, and that's what I'm doing. But thank you guys for having me. You guys,
yeah, of course, bro.
Hopefully, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, guys.
Later, brother.
See ya. Hey, Matt.
Hey, dude.
God, Tim's so fucking